Look right here. Just stay up for at least the intro, okay? Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Mary, and the star of this whole video today, Mr. Capitan himself. He just woke up, and I'm holding his little reindeer toy that he wants. Ooh, that's some stinky morning breath. You want to take that and lay down? I just at least wanted to get you in the intro, since this video is going to be all about Mr. Capitan from when he was little to now. He is 7 years old. You want to take that, buddy? And then we have, Luna in the back, and I'm sure Ruka is going to make an appearance. But let's just dive right into this video. If you followed me on this channel, you either follow me because of the reptiles, but what started this whole thing was me making a vlog with Capitan. We went to Santa Monica. Gosh, I think that was like 5 years ago. We spent the night up there. I show you him staying at a hotel. I show you me walking him like on the pier. It was a really great time, but a awful YouTube video. But what started this whole channel? So I didn't unfortunately start it until he was at least like 2 years old. I should have started it as a puppy, but his puppy phase, he was an A++ puppy. Most of you guys that are watching this video are either watching it because you want to know what it is like owning a Rottweiler, or you just want to hear an update on Capitan. I do want to say that I am just an average person, just like you probably watching this video. I'm not like a professional dog trainer. I have had a lot of animals in my life, from horses to big dogs, and been around dogs and did a lot of research on this breed before owning it. So just because you're not, professional doesn't mean you can't have a perfect Rottweiler if you're passionate and put the time and effort into it, because honestly, he is a 10 out of 10 dog. My life would be probably a lot less stressful when it came to like traveling and getting him babysat, because I have 2 other dogs. He would be perfect if I just owned him. And a lot of people ask me, like, if he's such a perfect dog, then why did I get 2 other dogs? And we'll get into that more in this video. But yeah, so I'm going to talk about him as a puppy and versus now, because definitely a lot has changed that I think it's important to talk about. If you are new to this channel, it would mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button, notification bell, follow me on all socials. Links are going to be down below, like always. So let's just start off as the puppy side of Mr. Capitan. He was me and my husband's first dog together, and he was the only dog for probably about 3 years until we decided to get a smaller dog, Ruka, our Boston Terrier. We decided to get a smaller dog just because we love Boston Terriers. We both had Boston Terriers growing up, and we thought it would be great for Capitan to have another friend, and he did really well accepting Ruka, especially her being a small dog and kind of being a little bit annoying. He was around, like I said, 3 when we got her, so he, Ruka was really respectable too about, his personal boundaries. There wasn't really any issue with him being jealous or me worrying that she was going to make him mad. And Luna has definitely, she's a small lab, she's about like 45 pounds. Luna has been really great for Capitan, although I don't know if this is a Rottweiler thing. I have other friends that own Rottweilers. They are pretty independent. They don't really necessarily need a friend, they just need you. But it's really nice to see once I got Luna and she got a little bit older that they play a lot. So it makes me happy that it gets Capitan up, gets him playing with somebody. Although he does have like a lot of other dog friends, it just is like a peace of mind for me when I step out of the house for a couple hours that he's not alone, and if he needs to play with somebody, he does have Luna. They do play really well. So he has been around a lot of other males as well growing up. But things have changed with other dogs, and we'll talk more about that too as well. But overall, Capitan, with his sisters, siblings, and other dogs, growing up with everybody has been great. We did fix him at 1 year and a couple months. It didn't change him you know, being protective or not as much on guard, he was still the same. Although, like I mentioned, Cappy does play with Luna most of his time. Even when he was a puppy, he truly enjoys playing with himself, like playing with his toys, chewing his bone, sitting by the door and watching people walk by, guarding the house. Like, he could have been okay as a only dog if I had like play dates for him, you know, because he'll play with Luna if Luna starts to, you know, get him to play. So I want to talk about him now, like through his whole, from 1 to 5, he's 7 now. I don't really have any complaints about him. He was good with other people, you know, strangers coming in. He still does his guarding, you know, if he hears somebody approaching, barks, typical Rottweiler. Health-wise, trying to think, we haven't had any issues. This is up to 1 to 5 we're talking about. He's 7 now. Years were great. No problem. So now he is 7. He just turned 7 in May. And, you know, now that he is getting older, he has mellowed out. Even though he's always been mellow, he's just kind of definitely chilled out even more, sleeping a little bit more. And he gained some weight. Maybe too many cookies. I did switch his dog food because he was on a Pure Vita, which is an all life stage dog food, which is also like for puppies, and it just has like a lot of protein. So he was stacking on the pounds, which then led to him playing really rough outside and getting really sore, or he might even like pulled one of his shoulders because of all that extra weight. He did gain like 10 to 12 pounds within like 5 months. And I didn't really notice it, but when we took him in, once he started crying because he was in pain, it was awful, terrible. I was, you know, thinking the worst. I wasn't really thinking, oh, he did gain some weight. Like, I was just thinking the worst. There was a lot going through my head about why he was in pain. I kept doing x-rays because I thought it would like hurt him more with them moving him around and not knowing. I just wanted to see if I could get him to be calm for at least a week, like not letting him take his toys out and kick it around. That's what he does. He runs around and kicks his toy around. He doesn't destroy toys. It's really weird. Like I said, he has this little, all these ones I've had for months and they don't destroy them here, which is, I'm not complaining. I don't know why he doesn't, or there's not a way to train a dog not to destroy a toy, but this guy doesn't. So after 2 weeks of him not really playing hard and cutting back on changing his food, cutting it back a little bit, no cookies, he dropped 10 pounds and he's better now. He's not as sore. So what me and my vet kind of came out to the decision was extra weight, that extra 10 pounds on him, running around. He does jump on my bed, jump on the couch. You know, he chases Luna. Sometimes Luna just gets him going. There's a lot of factors, but I'm just so thankful that was it, you know? Like, I'm just very thankful it wasn't anything worse. But that's unfortunately something that happens with Rottweilers. It's a very scary, you know, situation. When you get into that age group, anybody always, like, when you see a Rottweiler, you know, somebody always says to me, oh, they got back hips, you know, or they're known to have, you know, pull muscles. Those guys are not, like, known to live long. I hate when people tell me that. It's like, don't tell me that. Do not manifest that into the world. So he's always been on joint medicine, but I recently went to Cahoots and went like through their supplement section, and they had so many different kinds. And I need to do research to see like what would benefit him, because I know not everything will, like, you know, work, but there are some fish oils. There's a bunch of things I'm going to definitely invest in for him, for his health, because I love this dog. He's my child, period. I don't have kids. He's my child. So anything to keep him healthy, happy, not sore, keep him till he's 22, or not 20, I want him to live forever. That's what I will do. So health-wise, it's gone, you know, scary just because it's that time where things can happen, but him gaining weight really was the whole effect of him being sore. So other than that, Cappy has always been a little bit naughty when it comes to trimming his nails. I can't do it. I used to be really good at trimming dogs' nails, but he goes to the vet and they trim him for me. But that's probably like the one thing I can't do with him is trim his nails. But I don't know. I think they like have like a crane that they lift him up, because they have to, because it takes them like 2 seconds. They're short. He's not like huffing and puffing. It's like really quick. So whatever they do, I'm about it. Okay, next, let's talk about him with children. This is a big topic, you know. My friend Ricky has a Rottweiler named Slater and 2 boys, 2 very young boys. And she had Slater when he was 1, got pregnant. So basically this Rottweiler has been around dogs, This Rottweiler has been around kids all his life and is used to the screaming, the kids falling on the back, the kids grabbing the ball. Like, he is a really good boy. And you hear tragedy stories all the time about them. We're not even going to get into that. But my friend, it's shown, like, you know, a Rottweiler can be around kids and trusted. I do want to say, though, at the end of the day, a Rottweiler is a powerful machine, like a weapon. A lot of people, as myself, like post, you know, the cute and cuddly versions of Rottweilers. At the end of the day, they can fuck some shit up. Like, they could kill a person, obviously. And it's important for you as a soon-to-be Rottweiler owner, or to know that you're going to have a liability on your hands unless you can't control it. It's not their fault, but that's just how they are. They're an animal. You can't be like, don't be like that today, Capitan. It's just who they are. And it's responsibility. It's you as a responsible dog owner to control your dog or get them out of a situation that they should not be in. For example, my friend's Rottweiler, great with kids, has parties with multiple kids running around. And it blows my mind how he is not fazed one bit by these kids. Capitan, on the other hand, I don't have kids. I'm rarely around kids. And if I'm rarely around kids, that means he's rarely around kids. And I have taken him to events where there's kids around. And oh my God, kids are so annoying. I'm not all kids, but the kids at there's a few kids at this spot that would not stop picking on Capitan. And as many times as I was, you know, warned them once, warned them twice, and that was it. Like, please go away. I'm going to call your parents right now. Because they kept petting him. The thing with Capitan is, now that he's getting a little bit older, I've noticed with me, with friends that he's known, he doesn't like people all up in his face, touching his face. Something that's just kind of occurred, and he will let you know. Leave me the F alone. He will growl at you. He will do a light purr. And that's all he needs to do to tell you to leave him alone, right? Period. Common sense. But even adults would still keep petting him, and he's growling. It's like, don't you understand he does not like that? And I told you, please do not touch him. So if they're telling you once and this human will not listen, of course they're gonna get mad and maybe snap or growl even harder or show teeth. But like, do you blame them? So at the end of the day, I have to speak for Cappy, because people don't have brains, you know, they don't understand to leave him alone. If that kid kept petting him and antagonizing him with like the chips and everything, would Cappy bite him? I don't know. Possibly. I don't know. He's getting old. He doesn't need to deal with BS. And that's what happens. That's why people get attacked. I mean, okay. There could be some terrible situations where the owner just throws the dog in the back and it's just meant for a guard dog. I hate when people say they're just guard dogs. No, this is a cuddle bug, a lover, my couch potato. Yes, he can turn on to be a guard dog, but he gets a lot of love and affection, which makes him such a sweet boy. If you threw this guy out, showed him no attention, antagonized him, obviously he's not going to be the sweetest, you know, patient Rottweiler. Common sense, you know? So it really just kind of, I've seen it with my own hands, and I'm pretty, you know, tell you once nicely, don't make me have to tell you again. And at that point, you know, I was like, these people are been drinking and they're not paying attention to their kids, so it's time for me and Capitan to leave because nobody's listening to me, and I'm not going to get him into a situation because your kid is not listening. So at the end of the day, with these dogs, honestly, with any dog, they're an animal. If they don't like something, they can't, like, they're not going to do something, like, on purpose, like, intentional, like, oh, I hate that person, so I'm going to bite it. No. They have to have a reason to be the way they are. Like, somebody must be doing something to them to make them that, like, make them that way. They're not grown up to be like, I'm going to kill somebody, I'm going to be a hateful dog. Period. It's your responsibility to speak for them, train them, and get them out of situations they're not supposed to be in. And that also kind of goes with other dogs. We do go to my aunt's house in Vegas, and she has 2 large male doodles and a small doodle. Now, if you've ever been around doodles, they are freaking yappers. They yap about anything. And them being 3 and having our 3, so 6 dogs in the house, if Cappy hears a dog bark, he just doesn't bark for no reason. These doodles, they bark for no reason. So we'll be at the house and they start barking, and Cappy gets up and gets all like aggro because he thinks, oh shoot, what's going on? I need to see, why is everybody barking? So like, I've noticed him with the older age, he's like, you know, why are the dogs barking? And now I've noticed too, when the dogs are like kind of barking in his face and sniffing at him a little bit weird, especially one of the males that has, like, he's in contact, if he's like running around Cappy and kind of barking at him, he does not like that. Capitan does not want that. He's like, stop the BS. So as me knowing he doesn't really like that, because my dogs don't do that, they're not annoying, he doesn't like it and he starts growling, and I can see his body change. So, you know, he's just kind of a little bit more strict when it comes to other dogs. He can be trustworthy, like there'll be bones around each other. Doodles was like dancing with my aunt and like kind of biting at her arms. Capitan was like, what are you doing? And kind of like was going to go after the doodle because he thought he was hurting the person. He's just not, when he's not used to seeing something and it triggers him, you know, can you blame him? Can you blame him? But could you imagine, like, if you had a Rottweiler and you never took him out, and then you take him to your family holiday party and there's loud noises and other dogs running around and kids brushing up on them, they are going to be overwhelmed. They're not used to that. It's just like a person having anxiety. Like, this is way too much. They are very sensitive. Capitan is extremely loyal, loving, great brother with his other siblings, trustworthy. So yeah, I love this breed, but they are definitely not something to just, oh, I want a Rottweiler, because they're big, cool dogs. You have a liability on your hands and it's your responsibility. It makes me so mad when somebody gets a Rottweiler and it's like that puppy stage when they hit 6 to 10 months and they're out of control and people give up on them. Or when they come to a year to a 2 and they get too aggressive. It's like, yeah, you didn't plan ahead. Capitan was passed out this whole video. As you can see, he's sleeping right there. I'm sure I'm gonna throw up a bunch of other footage, but I hope you enjoyed me ranting and raving about Capitan from then to now, and still how important it is at the end of the day to read your dog and don't put them in bad situations, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I think we're probably done. I'm at like 21 minutes of chatting. If you stayed this long, thank you. Once again, if you are new to this channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, follow me on socials. I am planning on putting more Rottweiler content. Maybe I'll just do a vlog, a day in my life with Cappy, because you guys love that. Now that he is feeling better, I wasn't walking him as much, but we're gonna get back to walking. It's a little bit cooler now, so I think it'll be easier for me to get some footage. So